Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey was a fun movie. Neither good nor bad. Just fun. It has exciting moments, with a few good spots of hilarity, but nothing outstanding as far as films, particularly fantasy films, go. But The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug, isn't just fun, it's good. The setting, the acting is believable, particularly the female elf warrior played by Evangeline Lilly. In any other movie, her acting would appear cheesy, borderline pathetic, or altogether campy. But thankfully, not in this movie. Even in some scenes that feel unnecessary, she, thankfully, does not. Even for a role that is never, ever mentioned in the book. Orlando Bloom can still convince you he is Legolas. There are moments that borrow just the slightest from Hitchcock movies. The scene where Bilbo has to free his friends from the spiders, or better yet, when he first encounters Smaug. Being invisible has its perks for a thief. And even so, watching Bilbo take on creatures many times his size, you can't help but feel vulnerable for him. The sweat may as well pour down your forehead as you watch him play a game of deception with a bloodthirsty dragon that will swallow him with one gulp. And then Smaug will use molten gold to wash Bilbo down. Okay, probably not gold, but he may still use his favorite drink. But you get the idea. Martin Freeman's acting also helps tremendously with this scene. Fear and courage seem to battle within him every second. Again, being invisible, you can tell he still feels very vulnerable. Benedict Cumberbatch is choice for the voice of Smaug. The entire scene, much like the whole movie, is computer enhanced, and still Benedict Cumberbatch's voice gives Smaug a character of intelligence and intimidation that no Vocaloid could reproduce. And it is that voice, after all, that got him the role of Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness. Having said all of this, I felt this movie was just too long. A little more than halfway through the film, I was mentally asking myself, where's Smaug? When do I get to see Smaug? There are probably half a dozen scenes in this movie, a number of which happen at the river town, downriver from the base of the Lonely Mountains. Story-wise, I can see why Jackson felt he should add them, but for the sake of the film, that seemed unnecessary. Why should we care about a dwarf falling in love with an elf? These scenes, however, might be previews for the third and final installment of the Hobbit movie trilogy. My overall verdict? 3.5 out of 4 stars. The movie is worth seeing in theaters, especially if you're a Dragon fan or a Tolkien Knight, or a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch or Martin Freeman. But even if you're not, an action junkie or a sci-fi fantasy junkie or a Tolkien Knight or a fan of Peter Jackson, what have you, this is still a good movie. Go see it.